So I've talked about these games for a while now, and I thought since after the Brotherhood retrospective is done, I thought it would be a good idea to kind of de-stress from all that, and let's just talk about how I feel about all the games in general, at least ending off from 2025, because I did talk about Shadows, and I just kind of figured, why not? Let's just do it. So I have a tier list maker here. Originally it was supposed to be the A to D, but I wanted to switch it up for the purpose of this. So how I got these labeled are from F to S. When you can read them all on the screen yourself, you don't need me to read them. Originally, the template was supposed to be mainline Assassin's Creed games. I just wanted to include some few side games that I've played that I thought would be really great additions to this. All of these games, with the exception of one, I've played through completely at least one time, some more than others, but at least every one of these games have been played through once, besides one. And I'm just going to go in order by release date, and we'll end it off probably with Shadows, because that's going to be the last one. Yeah, that sounds about right. So we'll do it like that. So Assassin's Creed 1. For now, I'm going to put in good. I still need to replay it. Like, I have always been a fan of its story, right? Assassin's Creed 1 is probably the tightest story in all the games, but what holds it back for me personally is the presentation and its gameplay, because it's obviously the presentation is just due to the limitations at the time, and so you get a lot of scenes where it's just kind of static, and you don't feel like much is going on unless there's like certain moments when you actually do feel it. But when there's a lot of times when there's like a lot of talking going on, it is very easy to get disengaged when you're looking at the same angle the whole time. Yeah, I get it. There's some points where you have the anima scans where you actually get different angles, but in a general rule, that is what happens with the story. And for gameplay wise, and I know that's part of the point, but it's just hard for me. Again, I have to replay it. Maybe my thoughts could have changed since I last played it, but a lot of the gameplay loop is like very obvious in how it's structured, and when you feel that repetition, you can really feel it, and sometimes it does get a little bit hard to get through it. And so I know some people really like it like that, and I don't really blame them for that. But for me, again, I really need to replay this. The last time I replayed this was like definitely before 2020, so I'm definitely in need of a replay of this. But as far as its story goes, I do think this game is heavily carried by its story, and it's one of the best stories in the whole franchise, if not the best. That you can argue for the best story in the whole franchise. I just think that Assassin's Creed 1's gameplay and presentation are what holds it back the most. Assassin's Creed Bloodlines. I am going, this is going to be hard. Do I want to put it over Assassin's Creed 1? That's going to be, you know what? I'm going to put it here. Again, this might be very biased of me. Assassin's Creed Bloodlines, it was my first way into this series. If you saw the Brotherhood retrospective, you already have an idea of what I'm talking about, so I'm not going to go rehash everything here. But like, in short, that Assassin's Creed Bloodlines was my first proper introduction into this series. So a lot of like what feels like Assassin's Creed to me is heavily predicated on what Assassin's Creed Bloodlines is. And that's probably why, now that I'm thinking about it, a lot of the aesthetics I tend to use for a lot of these is kind of like Animus 1.28 is kind of more so on Bloodlines than Assassin's Creed 1. Because again, I didn't play Assassin's Creed 1 until after Assassin's Creed 2, but I played Bloodlines before Assassin's Creed 2 as well, which is very weird now I'm thinking about it. But hey, it worked out. But no, Assassin's Creed Bloodlines, when we're talking about the game itself, its story is great. Darby McDevitt, I think that was his first his first debut into the series. Someone can fact check me on that, but its story is great. I thought it was a great follow-up from Assassin's Creed 1, and it's a great transition into Assassin's Creed 2. Its gameplay, it is held back by the technical limitations of the PSP, but once you get past the jank, it essentially is like a nerfed version of Assassin's Creed 1, for better or for worse, because I don't think Assassin's Creed 1's actual gameplay was bad. I just thought like the mission structure, I don't think it was bad, but just a little bit repetitive. I think Bloodlines actually fixes a lot of that repetitious feeling that you got from Assassin's Creed 1 originally. And so you don't really feel that in Assassin's Creed Bloodlines. I would say like if you got it on an emulator, it's really a great tryout, at least for the one time. I don't know if I could put it to great though. It's a very good first outing. I don't know if it's to great, right? Because in a theoretical world, if this game were to get like a complete remake, Assassin's Creed Bloodlines specifically, it were to get a complete remake, and you're basing it off like the core structure of the earlier Assassin's Creed games, this game would probably be closer to like high A tier, low S tier. Now I'm thinking about it, but it's not that, so that's why I have to like keep it onto good. At least I think the gameplay is what heavily holds it back. So like Assassin's Creed 1 and Assassin's Creed Bloodlines are like kind of inverses of each other, but they work together in such a really cool way. They synergize. It's really cool. Assassin's Creed 2, I am going to put this under excellent. You're just nostalgia. No, it's not nostalgia talking. Assassin's Creed 2 is a very excellent game. I think there's a lot of things from Assassin's Creed 1 that Assassin's Creed 2 does for some reason dumb down, like the melee combat. You're not going to convince me that the melee combat from Assassin's Creed 2 is great, but I think the mission structure from Assassin's Creed 2 is so good. The parkour from Assassin's Creed 2, one of the best series, even if it's not the best mechanically in the series, the level design for Assassin's Creed 2 is some of the best in the series. That includes not just the open worlds themselves, whether you're going from Venice, where it's kind of more like a standard, closer to like Assassin's Creed 1, everything's kind of closer to each other, or you go to Venice where things are a little bit more spaced out, so the parkour gets a little bit harder, and that's intentional. Or you go to Tuscany where there's a lot more verticality to it, and so the parkour is even harder out there, because if you make a mistake, then you will fall to your death, therefore giving you a lot more thrill. It used to irritate me when I was younger, but now that I'm older and you'll like a little bit more risk in my games, I think Assassin's Creed 2 has some of the best level design. Its story is a really great introduction to the Ezio story, even though it's not my favorite Ezio story, and I do think that there are some problems with it. I think mainly in the back half of the game, but I think that really early half, I think it really does a lot of work. I do think it's very charming, and it's just something I just love going back to. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. This is no surprise. let's just put it here. We already know. I did a 3-hour retrospective on this. I did 6 months worth of work on this game. This game is so good. I am not going to rehash all my thoughts, because that was 3 hours worth. But to keep it short, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is such a good game. And the story is really good too. Even though the story is not as strong as I think the story is very much enhanced by the novelization version. Even by itself, I think the story is really good. But the level design is great. I know some people complain about the outer parts of Rome being a little bit too empty. Even though I do think it's a downgrade from 2, I have never been one to complain about that. The only time I actually complained about that is not being able to climb a cliff for some reason. But that's kind of small when you actually know where you're going. The level is not so big that the empty parts would bother you that much. You take something like the later games, like Assassin's Creed Shadows, where you can go like 10 minutes without doing anything. Meanwhile, this might take you like 3 minutes at best. Maybe 5 minutes, we're really pushing it, before you find something to do on the empty parts. And that's me being generous. And I'm really being generous with that. I think there are plenty of parts where there are really cool parkour puzzles out there for whatever collectibles, that if you're one to collect collectibles on it. But Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, it's a fantastic game. I always go back to it. I've played this game so many times. I've even bought people this game because I want other people to experience Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Assassin's Creed Revelations. It is above Assassin's Creed 2. I'm sorry, it's a hot take, I know, but hear me out. Assassin's Creed Revelations is always something that is always a game that I've had a weird but interesting history with, and I'm not gonna put it all here, I'm gonna keep it short. But being the conclusion of Ezio's story, and Ezio being one of my favorite fictional characters of all time, the story itself does have a lot of emotional connection with me personally. Plus, when you bring on the novelization version of it, which, yeah, does change some things just like the Brotherhood novelization does, I do think it does overall enhance Revelation's story quite a lot. Plus, the gameplay, I do think it's about the same as Brotherhood. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's about the same. I do love it. I do love it. Only thing that holds Revelations back for me from being damn near perfect is the side content tends to feel a lot more held back. Like, it's one of those things, like, it's just like a bunch of like small things, like they sound nitpicky, but it's like they all add up, which holds it back from being that like damn near perfect for me. There's like, there's so much to love in Revelations, but then there's like little things where it's like, yeah, that's a little annoying, yeah, that's a little annoying too. So it kind of adds up, and I just kind of feel like Brotherhood just kind of edges it out for me, and I don't know how else to describe it other than that. Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation. It's decent. I don't really have much to say, but I've played through this game twice. I played it once on the PS3. I've played it once on PC. And then I opened it again, I forgot however long ago. And then I kind of just dropped it because I just wasn't interested. It's not bad. It's just decent. Like, I don't know what else to say about it. Like, I don't remember the story. Like, I remember the stepmom being a Templar. The mentor had something wrong with him. Forgot his name. Aveline was cool, I guess. It was just kind of like middle of the way. Like, glad you played it. Like, I probably don't see myself going back to it, at least not anytime soon. Maybe I'll do a replay at some point, but maybe not now. Assassin's Creed 3. Ooh. Assassin's Creed 3 and Brotherhood are so close for me. I'm just gonna put 3 below Brotherhood for now, because it's probably just super recency biased as of right now. But just know that Assassin's Creed 3 has been my favorite video game of all time since 2012. I thought the story was great. Yes, it has its problems. I'm not going to deny Assassin's Creed 3 has its problems, but I love the gameplay. I love the story. Assassin's Creed 3, I've always had like this connection with Connor's character's underrated. Don't try to gaslight me and tell me Connor's character is boring. He's not boring. You're boring. Yes, I'm attacking you specifically, Philip. No, but seriously though, Assassin's Creed 3, plus being in a historical setting that I've always been interested in. I mean, Assassin's Creed Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood always have interesting settings for me too. And Assassin's Creed 1. I don't know about Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and Revelation setting always being interesting for me, at least in compare to the others. But American Revolution, I always thought it was really cool. Man, I need to do it. A retrospective on that game someday. I did not talk about the modern day of any of these, huh? Wild. The modern day is great. I love the modern day. For everything from Assassin's Creed 1 to Assassin's Creed 3, I love the modern day. The modern day has always been one of the highlights for me of these games. Even if you tell me that Revelation's modern day it's like filler I don't care. It's good. It's a character study into Desmond. You don't get to tell me this video is so unorganized at this point. I'm just gonna wing it at this point. But Assassin's Creed 3's modern day missions, they're over glorified set pieces, but they're cool over glorified set pieces but hey, if you're going to end Desmond's story, you might as well end it off with a bang. Maybe it wasn't the best way to do it, but I thought those were really fun. It's just that maybe the ending, they kind of dropped the ball a bit. And in terms of everything else, Assassin's Creed 3, what a beautiful game. I love it. I go back to it every single time. I don't even know how many times I've played through Assassin's Creed 3. Probably just as much as Brotherhood now I'm thinking about it. By the way, that Assassin's Creed 3 is still one of my favorite video games of all time, and I don't see anyone taking that away from me. Assassin's Creed AC4 Black Flag. Ooh, it is. Come on. Come on. All right. You're a high good. I think Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag is completely carried by its story. I have never been one of a pirate. I have never been a pirate person. I have never been interested in pirates. And that's a me thing personally, but this is my list. So yeah. Edward Kenway is a cool character. I enjoy Black Flag's story a lot. I do think it's a really good, I don't care what people say. Black Flag is an Assassin's Creed game. And it's, well, it's a bad, you can't tell me it's a bad Assassin's Creed story, right? It's just, you can see the thematic parallels between the pirates and the assassins and their fight for freedom, right? And it's really cool seeing an outsider's perspective as those themes intertwine with each other in a cohesive way. It's just, pirates have never been my thing, and so I just didn't care. So it's mostly the gameplay that holds it back for me. So I don't like going on the ship for a long amount of time, not doing anything. I don't like, I mean, ship battles are cool, but they kind of lose their charm. And even like Assassin's Creed 3, like the ship battles were cool. It's just they didn't overstay their welcome in Assassin's Creed 3. And Assassin's Creed 4, where that's one of the main focuses, I see why other people have fun with it. It's just, it's not for me. So it's just hard to put it into the great category. I think it's completely held up by its story, and I'm not gonna say it's bad. I'm just gonna say it's good. It's good. Assassin's Creed Rogue. It is decent. Decent. I'm not really a huge fan of the story. It's not great. I mean, like, the story in isolation is fine, right? But when you put it within context of like everything else, that's when the story's holes start poking for me. And so, like, yeah, the story by itself, where it's just like, guy leaves a faction that he isn't aligned with, goes toward the other faction. But I don't really like the way Rogue execute this idea, because I really like the concept of it, seeing a Templar's point of view, but you don't get that. What happens is the assassins just turn into the bad guys, and the Templars kind of just turn into the good guys. And that's not just because you're seeing a perspective shift. It's just because these factions are acting completely out of character. Like, it doesn't make much sense. Why the assassins prior, and again, it's nothing, like, there's no contradiction into saying that the assassins have to act this way, but, or like the assassins can't get corrupt. But the problem becomes, like, when Shay doesn't really critique on any of what these factions or ideals are. And I'm like, if that is the whole kind of concept of this story, then why aren't you having him critique these things? Like, you aren't having Shay go from like a natural transition from assassin fighting for freedom into a Templar who thinks order and control are the best. He just doesn't like the assassins are killing people. And so the Templars are saving people. Like, he's not critiquing any of their views. Like, that is one of the main points of why we're playing as a Templar, and you don't get any of that at all. Again, you can argue that some of these other games don't do that as well, but we still got it from Assassin's Creed 1. We got it from, not Assassin's Creed 2 as much, but we definitely got it in Revelations to a lesser degree. We got it in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. We definitely got it in Assassin's Creed 3 within Haytham. And Haytham was in the game. And Haytham doesn't act like the very same character that he was portrayed in Assassin's Creed 3. We have Assassin's Creed 3 where he's getting to America as his ideal character, and then he randomly switches, and then he's constantly inconsistent for like years at a time, and then right when he gets old, he goes right back to what he was. It's very weird. I don't get it, and I don't want to put more energy than what it's worth for this. So it's Assassin's Creed, and then it's just, and then the gameplay wise, it's just more Assassin's Creed 4. Like, I'm not even gonna pretend. Like, I like the setting more better in Assassin's Creed 4 because it doesn't rely on the pirate aesthetic nearly as much, but it still holds it back for me because you're still essentially doing the same thing. Assassin's Creed Unity. Y'all are not gonna like this. but it's not a good game. I'm sorry. It's not good. It's not good. Okay, I understand a lot of people love this game. A lot of people are saying it has the best blank blanks, whether it be stealth, parkour, yada yada yada. The story, I wouldn't say it's good. It's decent. It's a decent story. I'm not even going to pretend like the story is bad. The story is decent, right? It's good enough to get through. It's good enough to keep your attention through. And I don't even have much to say on the story because I just didn't care for it that much. I think Arno or Elise were cool. I think, what was that one dude's name? I forgot. The dude who called him Piss Pot. I forgot his name. He was a cool character. There's cool concepts in there. I think it could have been done better. And at least for the story, whether it's gameplay, the gameplay is so broken. And again, I played this on PC. So granted, it could have been different within the console versions, but on PC, the game's a broken mess. The parkour, while the parkour is pretty, it's so automatic. It's not fun. And the parkour gets in the way more than it actually helps, because if you're trying to do the stealth sections, which brings you to stealth sections, I'm a person who likes using parkour in my stealth, and if I can't rely on the parkour to do my stealth, then it's getting in my way, which compromises me more. Oh, that's a skill issue though. Sure, you can say that, but you can't tell me that the parkour is reliable. You can do the same move twice and you can get different results. Other things like where it's just, while it's very pretty to look at, like the world is very pretty, Paris is very pretty to look at, like the texture pop-ins are a mess, the crowds popping in and out of detail are a mess, and sometimes just popping in and out entirely. It's not a refined game, and the thing is, and I got it for free too, so I'm even mad that I got it for free. So I could have just glazed it if I wanted to, but I didn't. So Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Y'all are really gonna hate me for this. It's good. It's good. Oh, Quebec is their storytelling sucks. I've been very vocal about this. Like, it's like a parody of like it doesn't take itself seriously enough. And yes, that is a problem, and I'm not gonna pretend like it isn't. But in Syndicate's story, it doesn't step on anything from the past. It doesn't try to pretend the past doesn't exist. It's just kind of, it's there. It's good enough. Even if Quebec really doesn't really like being an Assassin's Creed game, at least you're playing as assassins. Like, at least. At the bare minimum, at least you're playing as assassins and doing assassin things. Which is more what you could say about the other ones. And then even the gameplay itself, I think the gameplay, this game is very heavily carried by its gameplay. The parkour still, I mean, the parkour sucks because the level design doesn't help with the parkour, but I think its stealth is a lot better. It's one of the best stuff. It's one of the best built stealths in the series, and I will not take that away from Quebec. They really know how to do stealth when they actually try it. And like the Black Hawk missions, probably the best, if not one of the best in the series. When it comes to Assassin's Creed, I'm obviously a very story focused person on Assassin's Creed, so I can forgive a lot of the gameplay if the story is really good. And this is like kind of the reverse of that, whereas like the gameplay is good, it's just a story I wouldn't even say is good, it's just kind of middle of the road. But the gameplay is fun, and that's why I'll put in good. Like, I've completed Syndicate twice, and I've had the same opinions. I mean, I've completed it twice, but the first time around I was like hyped about it because I wasn't paying attention to the series as much at that point. But then I replayed it in 2024. It's still a fun game. Like, I'm not gonna pretend like I didn't have fun with it. Assassin's Creed Origins. I genuinely don't know where to put this. I genuinely don't know. Like, it is. Oh. This hurts. It's gonna be great. I don't know where to put it though. I'm like leaning between a high good and a low great. It's just because I remember coming, I guess this is why one of those games I also need a replay, but I'm afraid to replay because I don't want it to look bad later. But Assassin's Creed Origins is, from what, because I have 40 hours in this game. I completed the story like within 40 hours or something like that. But Assassin's Creed Origins, from what I remember, I really remember loving the story. The gameplay was fun too. I thought at the time, not knowing what was going to become. Again, I didn't play Assassin's Creed Origins on release, mind you. I played this in 2020, like either right before or right after Valhalla came out, because at that point I was just getting back into the series. I remember loving Origins. I was thinking like, yeah, it had its problems, you know, such as the weird like supernatural elements it was going into it, but I thought the very core of the story was very well done. And at the time I thought that the origins of the Brotherhood were very well done as too, even if they retconned some things. But now that I'm looking back on it, because there's some things that, like, I've seen in hindsight, and this is why I'm afraid to go look back and play it again, is because there are some things that it does that step on Assassin's Creed 1. And again, Assassin's Creed 1's story is what I will always hold to be one of the best stories in the series, which if you're going to, and which retroactively makes that one worse. You're having, not the assassin, but the hidden ones are fighting for freedom, then they go dogmatic, and then Altair reforms them, which kind of takes away from Altair's story. It's a very I have a very complicated relationship with Origins, but I'm going to be gracious. I'm going to give it the great for now. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now, you may have noticed I have a category for that. Odyssey is an F. I don't like Odyssey at all. Assassin's Creed Unity might have been bad, but it's not Odyssey. Now, Assassin's Creed Odyssey was a game, after playing Origins, I was super hyped to come back, and I was like, cool, I'm going into Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So I didn't go into Odyssey with bad intentions, mind you, but after 16 hours of Odyssey, at least according to my Steam, after 16 hours of playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I was too frustrated. I didn't like the story. I didn't like that there were no assassins or even hidden ones. Like, it felt so disconnected. And now that I'm knowing that, like, Quebec had a huge part in doing with that, and then you add on the stupid supernatural elements that I never like in these games, it doesn't feel like an Assassin's Creed game at all. And that's one of the things I'm going to always hate about it. Like, and I'm not going to bother. I don't ever plan on finishing Odyssey because it's way too long to be worth my time. And it also has the same problems as Black Flag does, of having a lot of space, but nothing to do. But at least Black Flag's story was good and understood where to be an Assassin's Creed game when it counted. Odyssey doesn't do that. It wants to be a gladiator game. Or maybe not gladiator, mercenary. It wants to be a Greek game, but just have the Assassin's Creed label on it. It wants to be a Greek adventure game, but have an Assassin's Creed label on it, and which I don't respect it for. I don't respect Ubisoft Quebec for making the decisions they did in this game, and I will always have a hatred toward this game, and I'm not going to apologize for it. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It is decent. I'm not going to call it good. There's a good game in there. There is a good game hidden deep within all the bloat that Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I played what, like 70 to 90 hours? I forget how much I played, but there's a lot. I'm pretty sure I played at least 70 hours of Valhalla before finally being able. I felt so drained by the end of the story because there's so much bloat to it. There's a good story in there. I do love the central story of what was going on. It's just everything else that you're required to do, which holds it back for me. I don't like the pointless grinding. I don't like all of the, what was it? What do they call them in there? Like, they're like main story missions, but they all feel like side things because they don't have anything to do with what the main story was about. Like, they would have been cool as like little side arcs, but as the main thing, like, I don't find myself getting interested. And it always ruins the pacing for it too, because like you have like a point when like Sigurd gets kidnapped, right? Ivor goes and does like other things. What? That completely just halted the pacing of it. Again, this is something that Odyssey brought up too, was the multiple the multiple interaction dialogues. I don't like those in Assassin's Creed. Those need to go. I'm glad they kind of ish fixed it. I'll talk about that. Maybe I won't. I don't know. My mind's all over the place, but it's a mess. The central themes and also everything regarding Javi, Odin, and all that, it's not well written. It's boring. It's just better as a backstory. Maybe little glimpses here and there, but that whole storyline, uninteresting. But the gameplay was fun enough. Like, I'm not gonna pretend like being a Viking wasn't fun. Still more fun being it's about the same as being a pirate for me. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it's a decent game. It's worth it for the one time, but probably never again. Assassin's Creed Nexus VR. I think this is a great game. And I know, which is wild because Cassandra's in it. This game actually made me, I would say like Cassandra, but it's like a really low like. She's fun. Not really a character I really care about though. And the gimmick of being in a VR playing Assassin's Creed, it's so fun. Yeah, there's technical problems. Like there's a lot of jank that's built into it, but I think as a general rule, like as a general thing, like this game's really fun to play, and it's really entirely carried by that, and at least it respects Assassin's Creed as a brand. Like it has a modern day story. It's not great, but at least like the modern day story has all these characters intertwined with each other, and they all have something to do with the modern day. Like these stories are working together at the very least. It's just maybe not setting Connor's story. And as much as I hate to say it, Connor's story was the worst out of them because it gets set within Assassin's Creed 3, so his character can't change from Assassin's Creed 3. But like Ezio's story was cool, and then Cassandra's story was unfortunately the best one out of them. Wild for me to say. Oh my gosh, Cassandra's story was surprisingly the best one out of them. Ezio's was cool, but a lot of it is like he's stagnant as well, but he's not nearly as stagnant as Connor's was. His was like whew. Assassin's Creed Mirage. It's great. I'm sorry. Come on. It's great. I love Mirage. It's such a good game. The story is not the best. You're not going to hear me defend the story. The story is not the best. It's good enough story. I like it's like, I'm not going to say I hate it. I'm not going to say I hated Boston's story. Boston's story was good. I understand what they were going for, but it was good. At least they like Bordeaux respects what Assassin's Creed is. A lot of what holds Mirage back is the pointless, non-linear storytelling that all these RPG games like to do for some reason. But at least Mirage is short enough where it doesn't bother you as much. Like, I think it's 15 hours, something like that. Like, it's about the length of the other games, so it doesn't bother you as much because it's short enough to get through it. Unlike Valhalla, where you last 90 hours and at the end of it, you don't feel like it's worth your time. At least like Mirage, like you get through it in a short time. Plus the post-launch, they listened to the community, they updated the parkour, and Baghdad. Oh my gosh, it is good. It's a good playground, especially after that last update. Really good. Now, I forgot what the story too, to talk about the new update story. I am glad I waited on this. I'm glad I waited on this until the update was out. So even though the main story isn't that great, I do think that the Valley of Memory storyline, it was beautiful. It was, what a beautiful story. Ubisoft Bordeaux understands Assassin's Creed, and they need to give them a full game. Give them the budget for a full game. Let them do their own thing and let them create like what they want from Assassin's Creed. Whether it's to focus on Basim, preferably going to Constantinople, I don't care. Do something because Bordeaux needs it. Assassin's Creed Mirage, I love. Now the parkour is great. Not great. It's really good. It's really fun. I do think after the update it opens up a lot more opportunities. And the gameplay itself, the combat's not really that great, but it's kind of like whatever. It's good enough. It's a stealth game. The level design, superb. Mirage is always going to have a soft place in my heart, and I'm fairly confident of putting there, and that's why it's like my fifth. It's my fifth favorite in the series. Man, I am really. Yeah. Black Flag hater. Black Flag people are gonna really hate me, but I'm switching them. Assassin's Creed Shadows. It is. Unfortunately, it's a good game. I don't like the story. The story sucks. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but it is entirely carried by the setting, because I love feudal Japan. Feudal Japan as a setting, and I'm not gonna pretend like I don't have a soft spot for it, because I'm wearing a Dragon Ball shirt. Like, come on. Like, I love Japan as a setting, but even outside of the weeb stuff, the gameplay is fun itself. At least Naoe's gameplay is really fun in itself. I think, again, what Quebec does really well is the stealth, and I do think they do really good with the stealth gameplay. Maybe not Mirage levels of good, but they do really good with the stealth gameplay. And Yasuke was fun too, much like I said in my review. I'm not gonna rehash all that here. And I only played one of the updates, so the parkour is better now. I just haven't played any update past the first one, and I haven't opened up the game since May or something like that. I think that's when the first one dropped. So, but that's kind of where I'm sitting on now. But yeah, this is my list with Assassin's Creed 3 Brotherhood at the top. Those can really just change depending on what my mood is. Revelations 2 being an excellent. Mirage, Nexus VR, and Origin. I'm really, I'm not going to switch it. Mirage, Nexus VR, and Origins being great. Good being Assassin's Creed 1, Black Flag, Bloodlines. Shadows is Syndicate. Decent being Valhalla, Rogue, and Liberation. Bad being Unity. I know Unity players are going to hate me for this. And F being Odyssey, because Odyssey sucks. So that was my tier list. So what's your tier list looking like? Is it, because I imagine some of you are probably going to be having Black Flag at your top because it's, or you're going to have Assassin's Creed 2. I see some people having Brotherhood. I'm trying to think. I know what one person's going to have Unity at their top, and then they're probably going to be leaving a comment going, "You just don't understand it." And then I'm going to see the one person put Odyssey and telling me I don't understand it, and then I'm not going to drag on this video anymore. Video essays, go watch those. I have the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood retrospective that is doing very well. It is the most viewed video on this channel, and I really hope it continues to grow because I worked really hard on it. And I don't know what video essay I'm going to be doing next. I got ideas, but if you have ideas, please leave me comments below and I will do something with it. So obviously, thank you for watching. Continue to be beautiful people, and I will see you all in the next one.